Hi, my name is Laura Thompson-Brady, and this is my daughter Flannery here with me. I'm here today speaking as a mother. I grew up in Maine and moved back a couple of years ago because we love the simpler life here, the clean environment, and we know that this is a place that really respects and values the health of our children. And today I'm here to speak out against allowing the reuse of these toxic flame retardants because I know that they impact our infants and our children. Scientific reports have shown that these flame retardants are found in human breast milk and that they're found in the dust in homes, and this is something that's unacceptable, and we need to protect our kids, so that's why I'm here.
In regards to the bottle bill, I can't think of one industry in Maine that does more for charity than the bottling industry. Supporting our Boy Scouts, our Cub Scouts, all the kids in the schools. My brother and I have employed 370 people in the last 14 years. The bottle bill is hugely important. They tell me when the bottle bill started that it was about litter. I'm going to have to take your word for it. I was only 7. All right? But what has become of the bottle bill is it has turned into a very important and responsible way to manage this stream of recyclable.
Hello, I'm here as a mom, a guide, and a resident of the state of Maine to voice my opposition to the proposals to dismantle LRC and turn the protection of the Maine Woods to the 16 understaffed, underfunded counties. This plan would be an unenforceable, underfunded, and unorganized mess. Pretty old strategy though, divide and conquer. It seems like a ruse to set the counties up for failure, so they'll be so overwhelmed they'll be forced to do nothing, and corporations and large landowners with AIG reputations can do to the Maine Woods what coyotes do to a deer carcass. Tourism is Maine's #1 industry. While our southern neighbors had no LRC and let sprawl and development go unchecked, Maine's tourist industry thrived because of the wild haven we give to the entire East Coast. Maine will lose an industry that we pretty much have locked up here on the East Coast. The small businesses that make up Maine's #1 industry consist of creative, independent people who are their own boss. If, as lawmakers, you ask the proposers of this bill that and get bupkis as far as a plan with solid details, including the money, well, Mr. Man, that's when you know you are not going to finish this trip with your boots dry.
I'm here to talk about LD 281, which is returning from the grave again for not just the second time, but for the third time. This is a bill that would impose an arbitrary 5-year statute of limitations on the state's enforcement efforts to make sure that people comply with the law. What this means is, and the way this is written, is that it's 5 years from the date of violation. So what this means is, if somebody in Auburn were to bury a couple of barrels of waste that they don't feel like paying to have disposed of properly, and they do it over one of the aquifers that the Lewiston-Auburn Water District relies on for clean water, and they do that today, and the state doesn't find out about it for 6 years, right? So they've violated the law today. The state finds out about it 6 years because those barrels have corroded. Now they're leaking chemicals into the aquifer, and now the Lewiston-Auburn Water District has a problem with the water that they're delivering to their folks in that area, as well as the cleanup costs. The state is out of luck. The state has to pay for that. The Lewiston-Auburn Water District has to pay for that, and eventually all of us who live here have to pay for that because it's taxpayers who do that. If this bill were passed, the state would be forced to bring enforcement actions, to bring court cases, in order to preserve their rights. That's not good for the economy, it's not good for businesses, and it's certainly not good for the environment. So we hope that this bill suffers the same fate that it suffered in 2005 and 2007. Thank you.
You wouldn't go posting speed limit signs, but then take away the radar gun from the police and then expect just everybody to comply. 25 or 30 years ago, I might have been reluctant to support a building code that infringed on my freedoms. But the things that I've seen and done, and with the high cost of homes and the skyrocketing costs of energy, it's time for an enforceable unified building code, and I hope you give it a chance.